We are welcome back to the Jagaloon Show. The Jagaloon Show. The
Jagaloon
Show.
Welcome back.
How you doing, bro?
Not bad. How you doing?
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm fucking so good.
Actually, I'm not great.
Yeah, you're not great. You're dealing with the mighties. You're dealing with the mighty termies.
The mites are back.
The mighty termies have invaded your life space. I see you changed your background on your phone.
I did. Yeah, it was a request.
Yeah.
It was a pretty strong request.
Yeah, I'd imagine that finally would have happened.
Yeah. Cut this guy, though. This guy is just real motivational.
Oh, let's do this?
Let's do this? No cans this week?
What?
No cans this week?
I got them plugged in.
All right.
So
see if that does anything.
Yeah.
Just test it out.
Yeah, but
Test the wattas.
test the win. Shit, man. What's new? What's with you? You were just out in the city of Newport cigarettes.
Yeah, that's right. I was shown in the little pack of Newports.
Yeah.
And it was not great, dude. Unlike Newport cigarettes, very like affluent area.
I don't know what that means, brother.
Rich. Money.
Okay.
Yeah. Huge, like, dude, we rented a boat on Sunday. Just went out.
Just you two?
Yeah, just trolleyed the little bay in a little speedboat.
Trolley little bay.
Yeah.
You have a trolley little bay.
Yeah, exactly. And it was cool, dude. So, like fucking probably like $40 to $50 million houses on the water. And these like crazy yachts. And then we drove past this area and we went down probably like 45 minutes or whatever one way, came back. So probably like an hour and a half later, towards the end of our little excursion, we come back to this like cluster of boats off in the distance. And I'm like, maybe they're just like docked, but it looks like there's action going on.
I know
Right?
those clusters.
And we pull up and we just start feeling vibrations. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I know.
And
those
we
clusters,
get closer, and then I'm like, there's people.
Oh, it's
That's a
party
sea of
time.
people. All these boats are just docked, like
It's party time.
anchored
They
right
chain
next to each
together.
other. Yeah.
We used to do that at my boy's lake house
Yeah.
in Lake Norris.
Yeah.
And we would, but it was hard though, because people start dispersing around like 4 or 5. Dude, one time we went there, we'd go there like whenever we'd get a chance, but like we only had the boat a couple times when we visited the lake house. But yeah, dude, one time I drank like 18 beers in like 2 hours there in just Purple Eye Knee. You remember Purple Eye Knee?
A little
I don't know
bit.
if that joke was
yeah.
spread between you guys or the other boys,
A
but
little bit.
Purple Eye Knee was basically where I'd get
Disgusting.
what, my burp?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Purple anemia is basically where I just get so dehydrated from drinking that I basically get like a little miniature alcohol poisoning.
Little raccoon eyes.
Yeah, little raccoon eyes. My eyes would get purple though. Like I'm gonna be purple.
Yeah.
If it's not too much stress, I'll throw a picture on the screen of me in classic purple anemia state in high school.
We'll see.
Anyways, you found the potty.
Yeah, this what was different probably from the lake clusters is these were like 20 to 30, 4 or 5 tier yachts.
Oh,
like
nice.
huge, like $7-8 million yachts.
They're really patty.
Each of them.
They're really patty.
Yeah, there was a ton of people.
Oh, it's Betty time.
And then what was probably similar to these Tennessee lakes, right? Tennessee or Kentucky?
Yeah,
Yeah, to the Tennessee lakes is all of these boats had Trump flags all over them.
Fire. Yeah, I mean
Just
Trump wasn't around back
waving.
then, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
They would have had him.
Yeah.
That
That
dude,
sort of regalia.
that's how you know it's about to be a good party, though.
It looked like a good time.
I mean, think
it
about it.
looked like a good time. I was like, can we dock this little boat that we're renting next to it?
If you're on the
And,
search
I
for
don't think-
debauchery, what?
I don't think the boat could have handled it.
What?
Being next to those giant ones.
Yours?
Yeah, the little guy.
They could have handled it, bro. I just hung out like a little broski.
Yeah, we'll see. That bro can't handle it.
Yeah, dude, this is so frustrating. No, but think about it. If you were heading towards those yachts, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna add this. If you're heading towards a bunch of yachts, I mean, who do you think is gonna party harder? The people with the Trump flags or the people with the Harris flags?
Oh, the Trump flags, of course.
Duh.
Absolutely.
It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Of course. It's really a question for the viewers. I mean, let's be honest.
I mean,
the Trumpers are gonna party harder. They're gonna do like their leader, dude. Trump parties hard as fuck. I think, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure he patties had.
The Trumpster?
Yeah, the Trump man.
I would assume so.
He's out here grabbing pussies and shit.
That sounds like a partier.
To be honest, though,
he was on the list. I mean, that sounds like a partier.
Dude, yeah, but he said they tried to say at first he was just hanging out with the staff, or at least he tried to say that. But then you know who Nick Bryant is? He's like a journalist. He does like a bunch of like conspiracy type shit, but also he just dives into like
YouTube.
No, he's like a real journalist.
Oh,
right, book writer and stuff. And he dives into like these big court cases. Like he dove into Epstein and shit, and he's diving into Diddy and shit now. But he's been on Matt and Shane. He's also been on War Mode. It's Matt's little brother's podcast, and he basically was like, "Yeah, no, I've done enough research to know that Trump was definitely not just hanging out with the staff." So, I mean, if there was any doubt in your mind,
there wasn't. But yeah.
It should be cleared up now by Mr. Nick Bryant.
All right.
So what? You didn't party with the Trumpies?
No, we couldn't handle it. Well, like
how does the lady feel about that?
About what? The partying or the Trumping?
The Trump. Obviously, everyone wants to party in that point, but just like Trumpers, Trump state.
How does she feel about it?
Yeah.
Look.
What's her knee jerk reaction? What was her knee jerk reaction upon seeing the Trump flags, Trump cluster, if you will?
Well, it's like every time we saw a flag, we're like, It's just kind of like an indication of like, not that like just based off those beliefs, that they're an annoying person, but based off the fact that they're so abrasive about their beliefs that they hang like a 10-foot flag off their boat.
Yeah.
That is like an indication of like,
understandable. But
yeah. For the general population of the party, we were kind of like, yeah, we love that. We wish that we were part of it.
You know, it's kind of probably like your stepdad and mom. I mean, they're probably just the California equivalent of those type of partiers.
Sort of. Yeah, I guess. They're older though.
True.
This group is like probably like median age is like early 50s-ish.
They're just a bunch of guys not trying to get taxed real hard.
They're
a bunch of rich guys trying to get richer is what they are.
They're living in California. Yeah. They're getting taxed.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a big argument. I mean, I don't know about anything about politics, but what I've heard people say is basically the Democrats and like the government and the national government are trying to spread the beliefs of California throughout all the way to the East Coast. That's the attack. That's where Republicans feel attacked. I don't give a shit. Anyone listening to this, I don't give a fuck. The 10 people that listen, I don't give a shit about politics. I'm not voting. But from what I've heard, Republicans feel like they're going to take the California mind state, heavy taxing, ridiculous, overly PC standards, and spread it.
I mean, but like any other state, that's not all of California.
True, but California is enormous, and it is a blue state.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like,
yeah,
it's the biggest state. No, Texas' biggest state.
By land size or population?
Yeah, what's a big? It's like Alaska, right?
By land size, it's Alaska.
Yeah, it always shocks me because they put Alaska so small on the map, but they never.
Yeah,
they didn't do a good job of explaining relative scale.
They need to put a little asterisk, not to scale. Let's see. Most populous state is definitely
California. Gotta be.
And then I would say New York is probably before Texas. Oh no.
Yeah,
Texas,
but basically,
then Florida.
That's why, and Rob's told me about this too because there's a lot of it in Northern California. But just like the Republicans rep extra hard in California because they feel like they need to.
The Republicans rep extra. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah.
That's just what I've heard. I don't know enough to say
it's kind of similar in Colorado though. Because it's like
yeah, that makes sense.
There are a lot of areas surrounding Denver.
I'd imagine
kind
it's
of
the same
like
in New York,
LA, where it's like there's like pockets of just a lot of like wealth.
Yeah.
And obviously that population is gonna skew right.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they're like just surrounded by weed smoking hippies. So they feel like they have to be kind of aggressive, over the top with their right wingness.
Yeah. And I understand that approach. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I understand it. But it's also like I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with. I said this in this joke that I told the other day. It was like,
well, let's do this. I felt like going to Boulder. It definitely Boulder itself, the school, because it attracts a lot of people from everywhere. There is a huge middle population, like middle ground. But it's like most of Colorado kind of feels like there isn't a ton of it. Like it feels like it's either a population that skews far left or far right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the United States right now.
No, really? I know, but that was a few years ago, which I guess was the beginning.
It's basically since Trump got involved. It's more far left, far right.
Yeah. There is hardly no recognizable middle ground.
I do think Trump daddy kind of like he did something weird to politics as like a household entity. Like when he came on, he was so polarizing for the right that like the left felt like they had to be like, fuck, no, we don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where a lot of people before Trump were probably just like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah. I mean, at that point, it was like both people are at least going to be like civil.
What do you mean?
Well, before Trump, it was like nothing about the people. You know, like always in politics, you're going to have like some scandal pop up. Mm-hmm. But nothing about anybody was really so polarizing. Like, obviously, there's incidences of that, which is like candidates will like drop out because something comes out.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing was so polarizing about the personality of somebody.
Yeah.
That was what you were voting on.
Well, I mean, Obama was like polarizing, but he wasn't like.
Not, again,
he wasn't aggressive.
Change his race. It wouldn't have to do with his personality.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
If you changed Obama's race.
Oh, right. I mean, it would change. It would change his personality, I think.
But I'm saying that wouldn't change like what you're like that. Like the reason that it was such a polarizing vote wasn't because of like him personally. I mean, Obama. I guess it was because you would say his race is him personally, but like it wasn't.
I just think that
there's nothing about him as a person, like what he's done in his past. Right. I guess. Again, something came out where there's a picture of him smoking weed when he's a teenager.
Yeah.
That's every candidate ever.
Oh, yeah, he talked about it in his book and shit, too.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like, what I'm trying to say is that...
but like Trump literally had so much about him that was like, this person is just not a politician.
Yeah, he was sure, I see what you're saying now.
You know what I mean?
I was saying...
before that, every election before that, at least from my memory, and I was also, for the most part, a child's memory.
Well, we got Reagan.
Yeah, well, we weren't even alive for that.
Yeah.
I'm saying from the elections I can remember, it was always like, are you Democrat or are you Republican? That's pretty much all you're voting on.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it is that. It's become that to a, like, crazy degree for a lot of people. Like, I'm just stuck in these beliefs.
Yeah.
But now it's like, if you have any leeway... It's like, well, am I going to vote for this guy who's like, grab her by the pussy? Like that, at least in last election.
That's what I'm saying. It's the stances. That's what I'm saying. The stance that Trump took with his aggression, like, as far as like how far right, that's why he was polarizing for people who agreed with what he said. It was like, get the fucking immigrants out of here and that type of shit, and build a wall and like, all this crazy shit. And the crazy shit that he is hated for. You know what I mean? That shit, like Obama, the most intense shit Obama ever did was bomb Gaza, but no one, like, it wasn't a thing for the left to be like, Palestine is getting destroyed right now. You know what I'm saying? The left didn't give a fuck about Palestine when Obama was bombing Gaza. So Obama didn't even have a stance that was like...
against his constituents.
The thing was, it was just Obamacare rose taxes for...
Yeah, but that's like controversial while in office.
Yeah, but Obama didn't do anything nearly as controversial as Trump did before he even got elected.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so, fuck, I forget where we were going with this.
I do too.
All right, fuck it. Politics are gay anyways. Let's talk about this. Speaking of gay, I
Quack.
dude, I bombed so hard at this open mic on Friday.
That's what you're excited to tell me about?
And it was the one where the host was trying to introduce me to this girl. I mean, I've already been introduced to her, but she's trying to say, I don't know what the stance is.
Oh, wait, hold on. Right here. Let's cut this out for like 10 seconds. Where was this place?
It was
Oh, so I haven't been.
No, you haven't. Okay. You only been to the Barclay. It wasn't the Barclay.
Okay,
I did really well at the Barclay with the exact same set.
Yeah?
Yeah, except for one joke.
Okay, we're back in.
Dude, it's okay. So, I changed. I did the same thing the night before, or 2 nights before, at the Barclay.
Yeah.
Same set minus my first joke I told. Okay. I changed it from a self-deprecating joke to like a very deep logic. I'm gay, not. Basically, I think I showed it to you. No, I didn't show it to you.
Like a mislead sort of thing, like.
So what the joke was, I come on and I go, I'm gay, and people applaud, and I go, is what I'd say if I wasn't gay at all, and then people are like, huh, and I'm like, some of you guys cheered for me with no regard as to whether I was a self-loathing gay or not, which is very offensive to me as a gay man. Is what I would say if I was straight as hell. And everyone's dead silent. And then I was like, I knew I tried to protect myself in case it didn't work. And I go, oh man, sometimes I forget that joke is so genius. It's like not even funny. And
you said that?
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah. And no, people kind of laughed at that.
Okay.
But they were so thrown off. Like, this is the same room that this girl was trying to set me up with her friend.
With that.
Brother, I learned my lesson. I'm not even telling a I'm gay not joke ever again. It cost dude, I sat down, and the dude who you saw at the bar who like tapped me up when I walked past, I've been like talking back and forth with him, and he's trying to give me pointers, and when I sat down, he was like, just so you know that I'm gay shit, it's kind of hacky sometimes. And like the main problem is like as soon as you get off, like if you're not actually gay, everyone is going to be like, is that fool gay? And I was like, damn. I was like, I hope not. And then we sit down at the bar like immediately after, and she's like, so what made you want to tell all those homosexual jokes today? And he just started cracking up, and I was like, oh my God, dude, I bet you they literally went home. Oh, let me not jump the gun. I tell that joke, I bomb the whole set.
Okay.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I do so poorly. I'm very nervous. It was the first time I
any laughs or
some, but like it might as well have been nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It was that bad. It was about the same as when you saw me at the Bark.
Okay.
And it was like almost the same level of nervousness and like, so I took this medicine, that anti-anxiety shit I have for like flights.
Okay.
I take it to sleep too.
I don't know if I knew.
It's some bullshit. It's like called Vistaril or something. It's like basically it's basically like prescribed Benadryl. It's like ultra strength Benadryl kind of, but it's like it's not.
Benadryl's allergy medicine.
Right, but it's also like just makes you drowsy. But this shit has like an effect of like another effect that just makes you have less anxiety because you're so tired. Or I don't even know.
Interesting.
Basically, I took it to try and see if I was like, I would chill out. It fucked me up. It made me just so cloudy. And then like I had to put my phone. I usually put my phone like right on the stool right next to me so I can just glance down if I need to remind myself. I had to put my phone like on the other side, like at the table, like 5 feet away from where I was standing. I kept moving around, looking down. I'm very nervous. Yeah, it did horrible. And I still, part of me still feels like I failed the jokes. And the jokes didn't fail me. I failed the jokes. But point is, I did really bad. And then basically all night, dude, at one point I was like, oh, like, yeah, I was talking to the host and she's super nice. She always, she puts on a show and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, like kind of threw me off. Cause like I didn't know I was third because she called me early. Okay. So when she called me, I was like really caught off guard. Like I had to start recording. I had to take my gum out. I had to like do all this shit like after I was already walking up. So I was like, oh yeah, that kind of threw me off. I was like, didn't know. And I think that like I've noticed this is the way people in LA work, or maybe just people in
So
general.
like what happened? Like did you like jump up in the set?
I guess someone never signed up for third.
Okay.
They put down the numbers and then people just kind of put where they want.
So it's just like 1 through whatever, and then you just sign up for.
And I signed up fourth, and I was expecting to be fourth, but no one signed up for third. So yeah, so I was like caught off guard. I was person early, and then they weren't doing on deck. Usually they'll be like, "Well, who we got on deck is this, but coming up is this person." And
so
then
they were just like, "Next up."
Yeah, and then up next, like now we have this person.
Yeah.
Now we have Jared, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
You're like,
yeah, I know. And I said like I kind of said that at the bar afterwards, but I wasn't like blaming. I wasn't like
yeah.
And then I kind of felt like she was blamed, and then she goes, "You know what? I love your comedy, but like I it's like my favorite type, but I don't know if this is the right place for it."
She said that?
Basically, she didn't say it that directly. She was like, I don't know if it would work at this open mic. And I was like, it just felt like a missile hit me, dude. A torpedo hit me in the chest.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of just like laughed. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I just got to write better shit. I didn't say that out loud in my head. I was like, yeah, I just got to write, not better shit, but like, I got to write shit that appeals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, but point is, this ate away at me. This ate away at me the whole night. Oh yeah. So, what were you gonna say before I finish this off?
I think especially for open mics, when it's like, especially you don't know exactly the crowd, you don't know.
Well, I do. This is like my fourth time at this open
mic.
Well,
I know, but it's like if if you're just gonna continue doing like open mics for a while, and like you want to do like more, and like if like you meet somebody at one, and they like come do this one in like West Hollywood or whatever. You do it and you're going for the first time.
I'd get murdered in West Hollywood.
No, I know.
For some of my jokes. I mean, my jokes aren't even that bad, dude.
West Hollywood is where like comedy clubs are, though. So it's like people go there just for comedy. It's not always just the West Hollywood crowd.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if you have like a 5-minute set where there's like
I wouldn't get murdered. I'd get fucked.
Where there's like 2 minutes of like universal stuff. Like anybody, like my mom and like Howard could laugh.
Your mom was laughing at some stuff I was saying.
No, I know.
The other day.
I know.
And that wasn't even intentional.
No, I know.
And so it's like, yeah, it's just like those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's those like.
But it's like if you throw in like some of that, and then you throw in your stuff, it's like you get them on board, and then you get them like with stuff that's like actually like funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like what I think is funny,
Yeah.
You have to make them like you. So basically,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta get them on board.
So I tied this back. Yeah, exactly. You gotta make them, on board. On board's the best way to put it. But I told the exact same set, but at the Bark, the first joke I came on was, I know what you're thinking, but the answer is no. I am not a raccoon that anamorphed into a homeless person, and that like eased them up. Like they were like, they were like, it was a little chuckle. It wasn't like a super laugh.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I was like, no, I'm a human.
A universal humor too is self-deprecation. Like that will always.
Yeah, and
You know what we watched last night? That I was like, I kept being like, this movie's kind of funny, and then I'm like, no, I don't like it. I don't like her. I don't like it.
What is it?
We're watching Trainwreck.
Trainwreck.
Which is like Amy Schumer's big thing.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, the movie's not awful.
With Bill Hader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie's pretty funny.
LeBron's pretty fire.
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Movie is kind of funny. I don't like her.
Yeah, no one does.
And that's her whole comedy is self-deprecation. But that's like why, that's like how she became like one of the biggest comedians in the world for like years.
I really don't like self-deprecating humor.
I know, but it sells.
I know, it sells.
And like it's universal.
I've been writing jokes recently about how...
So it's like, that is a good opener to get people just
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then I changed it to I'm gay, not. And fucking destroyed the set. No. Dude, destroyed the set in front of the girl that I'm trying to start talking to. And now I'm like in a mist, dude. And you last week on the pod, I was like, oh, we'll see. And, that's why I started laughing about it earlier.
Like, somebody wants to set me up.
Yeah, someone wants to set me up. Today I'm like, I guess I'm not gay.
Like, I'm gay, I guess?
Dude, it was such a poor choice. It was such a poor choice. And
You gotta go up. You gotta go next week to that.
Like, dude, I'm straight.
Like, I'm not gay.
Dude.
So, does anybody watch the news?
Dude,
just say that with no context. Just no payoff.
I've thought about that a lot. I definitely have thought about going up and being like, I've definitely thought about making a callback to the week before.
If you were here last week,
yeah,
I'm not gay.
Yeah, dude. That would be hilarious, and I've thought exactly about that.
So the Lakers are pretty good, huh?
Making callbacks to last week is tough.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Because it's like 70% the same people, though.
Really?
Yeah, with like a hint of new people.
Sure, yeah. Well, yeah.
But
I would imagine not that many. I mean, I guess.
So I've been writing.
On like a local.
I've been writing jokes recently. I've been trying to write a set based around how I start with the self-deprecating joke, and then I talk about how I've been trying to get better at self-deprecating because it doesn't come natural, but I see a lot of comedians do it, and it also helps ease a crowd. But my problem is that like I hurt my own feelings. And it's like I kind of dive into that. It's like
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's like something about like I try to at first I was trying to self-deprecate, but like it's hard because I don't know what I look like other than just like very tired. And then something like and then it's like I digress and being like and like I'm also like I just like hurt my own feelings really easily. I don't know. I haven't wrote it yet, but it's a premise where it's like I reverse self-deprecating into being like I don't want to bully myself. I'm working on it.
That's pretty good. No,
I think it's a good spin
for
it, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, dude, I was really in a bad mood for the rest of the night.
I'm sure.
Really, really, really depressed.
That was last night?
Jamike was talking. I wasn't like gonna kill myself or anything, but Jamike was like talking me off a ledge of sadness for like a solid. I don't know, like 2 hours. And I was just like, dude, maybe I should just stop. I was just like, maybe I should just stop this right now. Like, they genuinely, I mean, I'm still dealing with this battle of, like, they genuinely conflict each other. Like, when I bomb and I'm not even funny, I'm making a fool of myself, which deteriorates the mystique of my music shit. Just even for myself. Like, it's a whole, even if it's not to other people who could be potential fans, it's like a whole internal thing. Like, I'm showing more and more people, like, a bad side of me because it's not funny. I'm making jokes, right? But when people don't laugh, it just looks like I'm an asshole. It's definitely how it looks. I've seen people at open mics that they're not like bad people, I'm sure, but like when they make jokes, it's so poorly delivered, and when no one laughs, you're just like, this guy's a fucking jerk off.
Sure, yeah. I guess.
Yeah. So I'm still fighting that battle. Like I'm supposed to be releasing music this week. So hopefully I do. If you're watching this, go listen to that. But I don't even know what song I'm gonna release. But I just gotta keep dropping.
This could be potentially hurting both of our careers.
Yeah, fuck it.
Exactly.
No, it's so easy to delete all these videos and this whole entire page. I could do it. I could do it in 15 seconds.
And like in total, like if you had to get like a total estimate, how many people do you think, if you lined up everybody that has ever like seen you in open mic, like if you had everybody lined up and you think if they were just prompted like, have you ever seen this guy? Like not like, have you ever seen this guy perform? If they were just like, have you ever seen this guy? How many people do you think would like truly remember you?
I don't know, maybe like 40%.
So that's like what?
And like 40% and maybe like
200 to 300 people?
Nah, less than that. Probably.
Okay, then like how much?
Like 40, 30
How much
people.
could that truly be hurting anything?
It's like I said, it goes deeper than just external. Like it doesn't. Yeah, it's like it's internal too. Like it fucks with my ego.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And then like I'm not able to be the artist that I need to be because I don't have confidence in myself. In anything, you know what I mean?
I guess, yeah.
Like at least when I'm making good music, I'm like, I'm fucking good at music. I can write a song. But when I am not making music, which I haven't been doing a lot of recently, I've been trying, but it's so fucking hot, my computer explodes every time I move it. And when I do a good comedy set, it's like the only sense of satisfaction I'm getting right now. And it doesn't last long. Music is exponentially longer. I can listen to a song I made 2 years ago and still get the same like endorphin release.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't even fucking know. I don't even remember the set that I did well on first. Like I remember, but It's not as important to me. It feels good. I like it. I like being good at another art form, or I like the idea of being good at another art form. But if I'm not making music overall, I'm pretty upset in general. But I'm learning the balance. I might have to change names. I might have to figure stuff out with names. I might have to use a different name for the music and then use Jared Alexander for comedy shit, or change my name to just Jared Nimatalahi for comedy. Jared Nimatalahi would be so hard. No one's gonna fucking say it right. So I'd have to do something else like Jared Nima or Nemo or something.
But you could do bits about that even. There's
a lot. There's so much bit. I've been talking about. I've been writing a bit I haven't done yet about family dog, and having family dog is great for kids unless they get really old. It's like how Gidget, because it's I don't know if I'm gonna do the bit for you, but it's like I was talking about how Gidget lived to be 22 years old. And by the time she died, she looked like the world's ugliest dog from Ripley. I don't know if you remember seeing that. It basically looks like they unwrapped a mummy dog and just like let it walk around.
From like Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Yeah, it was world's ugliest dog.
No, I don't remember the dog.
And it looks like a zombie dog. And obviously, yeah, I'm still writing. It's not there yet. But I was talking about how like my dog was so loyal that she had like cancer, was deaf and was blind, and still just like wouldn't die. Like she was so loyal that like she preserved her life so that we had to take it. This is why we had to put her down. I'm trying to figure out where the humor is. The joke would be that my dog was so loyal that she wouldn't let anyone take her life but us. But it's quite grim.
Yeah.
I think there's something there, though. I don't know. Fuck that. I don't want, yeah. But yeah.
You could, yeah. I don't know. You could turn it into something where it's like she made you do it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
She got to the point where she was like so old and just so pissed that she was like, "No, you have to kill me."
Yeah, I was thinking about there's something too like where my dad. I don't know. I was thinking about like my dad. My dad famously like if you woke him up from his sleep in the middle of the night, he would beat your ass. You know what I mean? He'd get it's the most furious he could possibly be. And by the time my dog was old enough. Or was old enough, but so old she was fucking blind and everything. She would get stuck on like a staircase somewhere randomly in the house, and my dad and my whole family would wake up to her like yelping and howling, and my dad would have to wake up in the middle of the night to go help her up one stair. And obviously this is like the most infuriating thing in the world to my dad, but he can't be mad at the fucking dog. He doesn't know what it's doing. And then, like 3 hours later, she'd be yelping again on the same stair, down one stair to the basement steps, but couldn't get up, couldn't see where she was or hear anything. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Man. There's something there, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The fact that Gidget was so fucking old when she died, there's got to be something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she alive when Liam was born?
I think no. No. No.
Because that could be a claim of like she lived through 3 generations of Nimatalais.
Oh, let me hear you, man. We got her when I was like 4. So.
Yeah.
Would have been 3 generations.
Well, she lived with 3 generations.
Yeah, I guess so. But no, we had to put her down when I was still living with my ex. So yeah, it was at least 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, dude.
Wait, how old's Liam?
He just turned 3. You go to Peter Rabbit?
Do I what?
Did you go to Peter Rabbit preschool?
No.
Okay, it's like in-home place. It's like a really popular preschool. Like all my brothers went there, or like me and Jordan and Josh, I think all went there. But yeah, he's going there now.
Like a church preschool thing.
Yeah, he's going there now, so he's at preschool. But just yawned and gleeked all over the mic. But what is on my shirt? What the fuck? Yeah, so I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna do anymore gay jokes because I'm a straight guy, and it's just like it's really confusing for everyone. Also, yeah, I think I obliterated my one chance at potentially
so wait, okay,
dating a girl since I've lived in California.
Huh?
I've destroyed my one chance at potentially dating a girl since I've been living in California.
Was the girl that you were gonna be set up with there?
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Yeah.
I thought you.
No, yeah, that's why I was smiling. That's the funny part, is that I did this whole bit embalmed in front of her.
Was that the first time you'd met her?
No. It wasn't the first time I'd met her.
Okay.
But yeah. And then we usually...
and the host wanted to set you up?
Yeah.
Is the host a woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so
then the host, I think the host thought I might have offended... Thought was trying to like nitpick her for not having a stool at her open mic, or like, you know what I'm saying, or not doing on deck, or you know what I mean. Like, and I could see why she'd be like, well, I wouldn't feel that way, but I can see how someone else would be like, oh, I do this for free, and this person just wants to fucking complain about why they didn't do well. It's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm easily thrown off by things. It's on me. It's completely on me. But, you know, what are you going to do? Sit there and try to articulate every fucking thought? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't do that. Sounds exhausting.
Yeah. But, yeah, and then I guess some of her...
So did you talk to that girl that you were trying to get...
Barely, dude. We went to the bar the next... I talked to her right after the open mic. And I was like, oh, how you doing? She's like, good. You awake? I guess I must have looked completely out of it. 'Cause I didn't ask her why she said that, but I must have looked out of it.
Wait, so this was right after the open mic?
Yeah, immediately after. We're leaving the open mic to go to the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you awake? You awake?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she told me before how she doesn't like comedy. I was like, "You alive?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm alive. I made it through that." And then she was like, and then they go take shit to the girl's car, the host's car, and then we meet him at the Buccaneer at this bar, and then I'm talking to my homie, my new homie, the comedian homie, and he's just trying to help me, like, just giving me pointers and shit, and we're talking about comedy and shit, because he's been doing it for a while. But I'm kind of like, I'd feel bad, like, leaving this conversation to try and make an effort to talk to her. So basically, her and the host are having their own conversation, and me and this other two comedians are having our conversation. And they're like, and the hosts, like, friends didn't come this week, and so like a lot of the people who they would usually like be a community with didn't come, and like 10 minutes into chilling, I have taken like 2 sips of my drink. They're like, we're gonna call it short tonight. I was like, oh, god dang, dude. I literally waited.
They didn't even like order a drink?
Imagine this, dude. I waited from
They went to the bar and didn't get a drink?
Yeah. I went to the open mic last Friday.
Okay.
At the end of it, I talked to the host and I was like, hey, let me know. Like, obviously, yeah, I think she's cute. She's really funny. I'd like to, you know what I'm saying, talk to her more, but I also don't like want to make moves if she's, because she like just broke up with the guy and like they're doing. So I was like, okay. And then like the whole week, you know, I mean, I'm like a high school kid, dude. I'm not even a high school kid. I'm like a grade school, middle school kid. Like, my brain is so, when it comes to the concept of like being like getting to know a woman or a female, like potentially dating a person, dude, I get so like overjoyed with like childish giddy, where I'm just like, oh god, like fucking that, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to talk to this person already. Like, I just want to like skip to getting to know him. I want to skip to like laying in bed and just like talking, not fucking. I don't even care about fucking.
No, I got you.
Swear to God,
I got you.
I'm big. It sounds. I know it's crazy.
You can do
knowing me, a very sexual.
You can do
sensual.
half of that laying in bed and talking thing anywhere.
What do you mean?
You can do that talking part anywhere.
Well, it's completely different contextually. It's entirely different.
I guess.
And you're by yourselves, just hanging out, just laying down, just chilling, just talking, shooting the shit. You lose track of time. 5 hours later, you know each other's entire life stories. It's a very romantic thing.
Go to a park.
And I like that. No. I mean,
blanket,
sure,
go to a park.
Point is, I'm not alone. We're not alone. We're not like, you know.
No, I know.
Having an actual conversation where it's communal conversation.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the whole week I was like, dude, fucking. And then I was like, you know what?
You're Josh?
If I kill with this genius logic flip of,
Were you Josh?
Of an I'm gay Jeff, what are you talking about?
You're Josh?
Why was I Josh? Why am I Josh?
You're giddy?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, exactly. That's exactly who I am. No, but I was like, yeah, I'm just going to tell this perfect logic genius joke about how I'm gay, what I would say if I was straight as hell. And therefore I'm not gay because I'd say I'm gay if I was straight. So I must be straight because I said I'm gay.
Now, okay. I think I know you pretty well, but we're not, obviously not the same person. Yeah. Were you like anticipating this whole day and like preparing your set and being like, this chick's gonna love this?
No. I know. I knew it was a risk. Yeah? I knew coming into it with that joke particularly was a risk to not be understood, and I did it anyways, and it did not pay off. And I promise I will never do it again. Although I still think it's funny, and if someone else did it, I would laugh. I will not do it again because I don't want to be perceived the way that joke reflects on me. So yeah, I basically ruined that. I think we'll find out in the future, but
who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's always flipping around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's always flipping around. Like I'm also a very idiot person. So when things happen, I'm like, well, that's the end of that. And then it's like it's really like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? You get more than one retry.
Yeah. The thing about that whole mindset with these sort of things is like overthinking the good is like you also overthink the bad.
Oh, I overthink the bad like crazy, dude. And I overthink the good. I'm just like, oh, tonight went well. Maybe we're going to start dating and have children. But no, I don't think that. But I am like, man, it would be nice to like date a girl nearby. So like, you know what I'm saying? It's like she comes to my house, I go to her house. It's like, it's just easy, you know what I mean? Like, although it's whatever, but I wouldn't want to date a person. Like, I wouldn't want to like find a girl that I really like that lives in like Santa Monica or some shit. Like, that would be the worst.
Oh, dude, yeah, fuck that.
But
live states away.
Yeah, but
just fart.
No, what are you talking about?
Dude, fucking disgust.
What are you talking about? I did not do that. Okay.
I wouldn't do that to you.
That chick watch this. No, yeah, dude, I thought that was funny. I bombed myself into a fucking clinical depression for a solid 24 hours. And the worst part is, dude, I think that's like child's play. I honestly think that that's like the most common story in the history of open micers ever. I think it's such a pastime that most people you meet that have been doing this for like 5, 6, 8 years, 10 years, they don't even fucking blink twice at bombing. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. It's just like, that was my night.
Yeah, for me, I'm still like in this music state of mind where it's like every time I do an open mic, it's like if I perform 2 songs and botched them. I was explaining it to Jamike. I was like, it's like if I performed 2 songs and like the auto tune was in the wrong key. Like, ruined. The whole thing is ruined. I'm still in that state of mind. Which it fucks me over because I'm also like really hard on myself with music shit. Like, and I'm very particular about music shit and how things are supposed to be done and how I see things going down. So I'm still in this state with comedy where like I can't separate from the first impression behavior of music. You know what I mean? With music, you play someone a shit song, they're like, that guy's music is shit. I'm still in the thought process where, like, you do a shit set, people are like, that guy's not fucking funny. I hate to see him.
Yeah.
Which is not true. Most of the time, comics at open mics aren't even fucking paying attention to your set. No. They just know that they didn't laugh involuntarily, so out of your mind. But this particular place is different because, like, I've kind of become friends with the people. So like I'm not only doing my jokes for strangers, I'm doing them for people that like I have conversations with afterwards.
Yeah.
And that follow me on Instagram and this and that. So it's like, yeah, it's added another level of it, which actually kind of makes me really uncomfortable. I'd rather not know anyone at open mics. But
there is like there's a pro and con level of like comfortability, but also like you want to have the ability to like try stuff, and if it doesn't work, be like, all right, well, I don't have to see any of you ever again.
And I have to get more comfortable with when I try stuff and it doesn't work. I have to be more comfortable with being like,
on.
all right, I was trying something new. We'll move on. And people always react positively to that. Dude. No one's ever like, fuck you for trying that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they're never going to do that.
Yeah, nobody's ever like, all right, you're done.
One time I was looking at my notes a bunch and I made a point of it.
Well, you got to that attempt, so that's that's it. You tried comedy.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah, no, one time I just like naturally was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I keep looking at my notes. Being genuine, and people laughed at that. And it's like, oh shit, like people really don't give a fuck if you're just honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're up there and you're like playing with your dick and you're like, I forget everything. What's the deal with airline? You know what I mean? If you start going, just doing bullshit, you'll probably still get more laughs than I got last Friday. Yeah.
I mean,
if you forget your entire set, you'd get more laughs than I got.
I don't know.
It was pretty bad. I got it all recorded, dude. I can play it for you after this.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll play it for you after
we'll
this.
See.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
You can be the judge of whether it was worse than what you saw or not.
Dude, it's just like working in comedy TV and like working in a writer's room for a season, like showed me like these people get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they're saying sometimes like stuff that is not funny whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
And sometimes even stuff that's not that funny that makes it on TV.
Yeah, that's a lot of that show sometimes, dude.
But
that's like everything that's not Mike in that show.
No. That's a different, not that show.
Okay.
I've never been in that writer's room.
Okay.
But well, no, Mike doesn't write anything on Upshaw's. But anyway,
he improvs though, right?
A handful of stuff here and there.
Funny as shit is when he improvs, from what I saw.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, and like people will say stuff that's not funny, and in the room nobody thinks it's funny, and they're like does not bother them whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then they'll pitch something else 2 minutes later that gets a huge laugh
that's a
from
writer's
everybody.
room. That's like the notorious writer's room, but like
Yeah,
and it is like it is. I understand.
but I mean that's like that's an
correlation
extremely fast-paced method of stand-up comedy.
True, for sure. Oh, open miking, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just comedy in general. It's like ideation to thought to vocalization and like putting it together into like a joke.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then the immediate feedback of just nothingness. Yeah. And then kind of reworking it into something else.
I was watching, you ever watch Louis all the way through?
No, I honestly have never really watched it.
Dude, it's a good show.
I know, I need to watch it.
Obviously enjoy it. But there's a part in Louis where he gets invited to do writing on this show, and everybody's just pitching stuff, and sometimes some of it works, and there's this one guy that keeps pitching shit that just bombs.
Yeah.
Just bombs. And then Louis like says like one thing, and everyone's like, how did you come up with that? And it's like, yeah, it's like a super like obvious. He makes like a super obvious joke. It's just like a situational thing. And I'd imagine that's how it kind of works, where like there's probably one dude who doesn't do that well, and some of them are consistent, and there's one that's like the prize jewel of or one or two of them that's like the prize jewel of the writer's room. That kind of comes up with the best stuff.
I kind of worked in a weird writer's room because it was huge. It was like 14 writers, something like that. Usually it's like 8 to 10 or so. So I think mine was a little different. And mine was like younger too. Like the median age was probably like 35, 40. And it was pretty cliquey.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
It's pretty damn cliquey.
Do you mind if I go pee real quick?
Yeah, it's fine.
And then we'll get into pitches, or we
got Jack's video, and then we'll get into pitches.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. Before we get into Jack's video, did you you see my story from last night?
I don't think so.
It was fire. I think you did see it. It was with my chin, with the chin.
It was on your chin.
Yeah, I said how I feel calling the Eastern European guy at the liquor store boss hog.
Yeah. I didn't quite understand it, honestly.
What do you mean?
Boss hog.
Yeah, it's just boss hog.
For?
Just a term of endearment. That's all. I mean, I wasn't like referring to the Dukes of Hazzard. I was just using Boss Hog as it's like boss or like boss man.
I know, but why Boss Hog?
I don't know. It sounds funny.
All right.
I just thought it was funnier than being like boss man. I feel like the boss man calling the liquor guy boss or boss man is like the Euro guy boss man. It's all a little played out. I just thought Boss Hog was a little funny. Oh.
Do you want Mike and Ike's?
All right.
Let's get some Mike and Ike's.
What's up, boys? It's me, checking in again. Driving through scenic Fountain Square right now. Absolutely nothing happening. Don't know how you boys feel about hot chicken, but
love it.
We got a spot here. It's pretty poppin'. It was really poppin' during the Trees Festival.
Went there.
But it is a hot chicken restaurant that we have in Indianapolis. It's called Hot Boys.
Yeah.
So just make sure you don't Google it or put it on Facebook, or else your account's gonna get looked at pretty hard.
Hot Boys.
Hot Boys.
We have had 2 separate fights in the last 2 weeks.
Hot Boys?
I'm on this thing called the Citizen app, so I get these like notification if something crazy's happening in the neighborhood. Just, it's good to be safe. And speaking of crazy, I'm walking and I'm literally looking at a homeless man on a bike right now. But we've had 2 fights there in the last 2 months or 2 weeks. And both times it's been involving a group of white males. So I don't know if there's some sort of hot chicken gang war going on or whatever, but I hope that you guys don't have that at your hot chicken restaurants down in LA. But I hope you guys are staying safe and hopefully keeping cool.
Sarge, dude. Sarge, dude.
Sarge almost fucking puked.
He definitely puked in his mouth, dude, and swallowed it.
A little bit.
Video.
Oh,
dude,
man.
he's getting a lot better at that, dude. 40 episodes in, he's getting so
much. At the updates? Oh, yeah.
He's getting so much better, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, we kind of, I mean, like, he just kind of took it on his own, which is kind of nice. We kind of, like, stopped pressuring him to do, like, longer ones or, give us more juicy shit. He's kind of just doing it now.
Yeah.
He still hasn't done any interviews for us, which is kind of annoying.
I think the last, like, month or so since I've been in Indy, I think he's got more going on, which excites him. He's got more to talk about, Because, like, when he first went back to Indy, I think they kind of hit a little peak.
Yeah.
And then they kind of valleyed out. It kind of got a little boring, a little dry. Same old, same old.
Well, he was getting fired, like, every week.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking idiot.
And now I think that he's in school, he's going to have more to talk about.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I'd hope so. He's moving around. When you move around, you got more. I mean, dude, I didn't have shit to talk about until I started doing open mics. Now I can't stop fucking. That's all I've been talking about. This stupid ass.
I know, and I have nothing to talk about, so.
Yeah, soon enough, dude. You'll be back at it, working, doing something.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into pitches because I'm pretty sure we're way far over time.
No, we're at like 55. I think. Okay. Yeah.
Did you go first last week or did I?
I think I went first.
Okay. All right. This is my pitch. Oh, I was going to talk about this guy, but we don't have time for it.
Do it next week.
Yeah. It's the guy. I'll just tell you this. It's this guy. It's this guy who, like.
Oh, it's
what am I supposed to do? Yeah, so this guy, all his clips are real. Like these are like acting. Real.
No, I know.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've done a little delve into.
Yeah, I thought that was like all jokes from the start.
What am I supposed to do? Run after him?
Yeah. Very weird.
Yeah, dude.
All right. In 1973 is my pitch.
All right. Yeah.
In 1973, a professional football player has to learn to survive in maximum security prison after being framed for the murder of his pregnant wife. The movie's called Fragile.
American football?
Yeah.
So like a dark Longest Yard.
It would be like almost like it wouldn't be funny at all.
Yeah.
It'd be like scary and like a thriller and like.
But does he warm up to people in the prison by being good at football, or
I'd say he becomes like I haven't thought about this at all, but like I'd say maybe he starts to. I mean, he's a fucking football player, so he's big as shit. So I think he probably just starts off kind of starting to get punked because he's like a nice guy.
What position do you play in football?
Harden. Shit, I don't know. Let's do a linebacker.
So not like, like people won't immediately be like, I know you. You're this guy.
No, he will be. Well, maybe he wasn't like. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know if he was.
Are people in prison like, holy shit, you're huge. You must have played.
Some of them know.
Like sports, or people are like, hey, you're Brian Urlacher.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's more like the famous guys coming, but some people try.
Yeah, what, man?
I've been thinking about that too. I think it'd probably be weirder if he has to be like if he's like a nice Southern white boy who has to like harden. Not to become like an Aryan or anything, but like a guy who kind of melds,
just adapt together, to the lifestyle,
but still leads. Like he becomes a leader and like he starts doing like gang shit in the prison, but like he's like a good leader.
He's framed for murder.
Yeah,
he's
framed for the murder of his pregnant wife.
Was he like going down like a dark path, and like something happened that he got framed for, or is he was just like living a normal life and then? Just somebody just like he's like a fine, normal, nice person.
Well, thinking about it right now, I think maybe what could happen is maybe he's like a normal guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Maybe he was in the army or something. I really didn't think of that far enough, Ed. I just kind of just wrote the pitch.
It's not like he didn't kill his wife, but kind of deserved. He didn't kill
his wife.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's not like he didn't kill his wife, but kind of deserves to be punished in some way.
I think that I think it's
just a stint of bad luck.
He's just in a real stink of bad luck, and I think that it is a full-on mystery as to who did kill his wife.
Yeah, and
I think that most people believe that he did it.
Is it gonna be like?
I think he should be notoriously like a violent NFL player.
Is it gonna be like Shawshank? Like spoilers for Shawshank Redemption. But is it going to be like Shawshank where we never find out who murdered Andy's wife?
No.
We just know that it wasn't him?
I think it should end...
with him finding the actual person?
Yeah. I think it should end with him finding the actual person, but when he gets out of prison, he's so changed that, like, he maybe doesn't even, like, want to be a football player anymore. Maybe he just wants to go down this road of gang shit, like just being a leader in the streets. I don't know. I didn't think that far enough ahead, but I just think it would be wild, like if he has to go through trials and tribulations
or just, like,
to like
goes
protect
and
himself and earn
talks
respect.
To like inner city schools.
Could be that too.
Becomes like a role model.
See, that's like a really positive ending though. I'd like an indefinite ending where he like maybe going towards a different life of bad shit. You know what I mean? Or like maybe he even does end up killing someone. In prison.
So the whole allegory is about how the prison system creates bad people,
especially if they're accused falsely. You know what I mean? It can fuck over. That's a tale as old as time. There's a lot of people who have done 20, 30 years in prison for things that they were innocent of.
Zihuatanejo.
Zihuatanejo? What's that?
It's where Andy and Red go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Fragile.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Thanks. It's all right. I told you it was kind of phoned it in this week, but it's
all right. I might need help coming up with a name for mine.
All right.
So this is a little bit of like a horror comedy, more leaning on comedy, but horror elements. Reginald Witherspoon Hillington III, or Old Reggie to the locals, is the ghost that resides in the town's haunted house. However, when rich developers turn the mansion into a mall, Old Reggie has to learn how to adapt to his new lifestyle.
That's kind of silly.
Yeah. Little hijinks, little shenanigans.
Yeah, dude. If it's anything like the mall I work at, I'd be like, where did all these Asians come from?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, he's an old guy, white guy.
Maybe.
He's probably got his qualms.
Yeah, it'll probably be like an old Midwest town though. Or old
he's definitely gonna have his qualms with the races then. I thought the races other than whites.
Yeah.
where are all these non-whites coming from?
I think it'd be funny if like we start off with like back in like the 60s, 70s, and he's like haunting, you know, a bunch of kids that are like sneaking into like the old haunted house.
Yeah.
And he like scares this like one kid, and this kid turns out to like work at the mall or something when he's like an adult, like in his like 30s or 40s, and he becomes the one that like has to help Reggie like shut down the mall. So old Reggie.
Oh, Regiment.
All he wants, why he's like such
Reg.
like a scary ghost, and why he scares people away, he just wants to be left alone.
He just
Just
wants
like
to
his
chill
peace, yeah. And so it's like, what situation would be worse
What
to a
ghost
person?
doesn't want to just chill out?
Exactly. And like, what situation would be worse for a person that just wants to chill and be left alone than to live at the mall?
True. That's the worst
Right?
place to chill.
So that he's got to figure that whole thing out.
Yeah.
Because he's stuck there. He can't leave.
I dig that. Whew, I dig that. It's like
Yeah.
kind of like a Patrick Swayze type situation.
Yeah. I picture it like an old, like, you remember like popping in a VHS and getting those trailers? And it's like, old Reggie just wants to be left alone. And he's like, like yelling at kids. And then,
I don't remember that.
no, I'm just doing like the 90s, like the voiceover, the trailers from like the VHS videos.
Yeah. I know,
like-
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be funny if the trailer was modeled after like a 90s
Yeah.
trailer.
And it's like, but too bad for Reggie. He's dead. Something like that. And then like a chandelier falls and he's like, ah! And then it goes straight,
Ow!
it goes straight through him and he's like, oh yeah. And then walks off
Yeah,
screen.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be
And
nice.
he's like, but things are going to get flipped upside down.
He's like caught on a merry-go-round in the
Yeah.
middle of the mall. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. I forgot to do the escalator pictures.
Yeah.
A little late, but yeah.
Little outro for that. Escalator.
Shoot, I was gonna say something, but I completely forget what it was. I don't know. Anyways,
Title is just Old Reggie.
Old Reg.
Yeah, Old Reg.
Old Reggie. Yeah,
I don't know. We're about an hour. A
Yeah.
little over an hour.
I say we call it,
I say we do.
folks. I really lose track of who did it last at this point.
It doesn't matter.
Folks, babies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for watching, and it appears that we have gone again.
Seems like it.
I guess it's go time.
I guess
I guess.
it's go time.
It's go time.